Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that I think you might care about that happened in the previous week in the world of BMX. And without any further delay, let's get right into the news. The first thing that I want to talk about is the only bit of sponsor news we have this week, and that is that Burnett is now officially on Subrosa. I messed up in my video last week and accidentally said Sunday whenever I predicted Subrosa, so I had a chance to fix that, and it was actually announced right after I got done with the video, so it kind of looked like I had things planned out, but actually I didn't. But either way, he's officially on Subrosa now. After that, we had a couple contest and jam recap videos. The first one comes from FISE Jeddah. It's the finals recap video. These contests are always completely insane, with some of the best riders from all the way around the world being in one place at one time, and this one was no exception. I watched it go down live on the FISE YouTube channel, which you can do for future events. I'm curious to ask all of you who also watched it live if you thought that Daniel Dare's winning run should have beat the second and third place runs. You can't really get a good gauge from this recap video, but if you go back and you watch the video on demand from the live video itself, you can watch the runs, and I'm just curious of your guys' opinions, so leave them in the comments below. I personally think that Daniel Dare's past winning runs have been much better than this winning run, and I think that the second place winner probably should have won this one, and I'm not knocking Dare's whatsoever. He's a great rider and he wins countless contests. There's obviously a reason for that, but I just think that this time the run just wasn't quite there when you compare it to the runs that got second and third. No matter what though, everyone killed it, and the next one is in Japan, so be on the lookout for that. From there, we had the recap video from the final stop of the Uncovered BMX contest series at 4 Seasons in Milwaukee. Just like the last two events, things got pretty wild at this contest. The standout clip for me was that gigantic 180 out of a bank or a quarter, over a back rail and into the flat bottom of the Mini. Completely insane, and honestly, while I was watching this video, it almost felt rewarding to me to watch someone so deserving and who killed it so hard get first place. I think this contest was crucial to BMX right now, and to have something like this put on by such legends within the sport could really have the potential to shine the light on the, pun intended, undercover contest scene within BMX. After a contest like this one and the Swamp Fest event, everyone says how there needs to be more of this in BMX. And if you take a closer look, there's stuff like this going around all around the country every single year. They're just not put on by legends like Van Homan and Brian Kaczynski. So hopefully with this Uncovered contest series and all of the attention that it got from BMX, we see a new focus on the events and jams that didn't quite get the attention that they deserved before. And on a final note from this story, I just want to say that if the first 2 stops of this series were any indication, Mad Mike is going to absolutely destroy it at the Battle of Hastings. And from the video, you could just tell how grateful he was that he won the MVP award. So it's going to be really exciting to see how he handles a contest with all of these huge names in BMX. I'm sure that's going to push him even further to go even bigger and do even more crazy things than what we saw, if that's even possible. From there, we can move into the videos from this week. The first one that I want to talk about is called the Double Trouble video. This is the first one that I opened when I went to get ready to make this news video for the week, and coincidentally, it ended up being my favorite video from the week. Every single clip in this video has at least 2 people hitting the same spot, whether they're doing a train or crossing over after the person lands. Just something is going on to where there's more than one person hitting the same spot in the same clip. And the first clip in this video is 4 different people, I think, having an entire session on one rail within one clip and one run. Really awesome, and if you're a fan of videos that just show people having fun on their bikes, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. After that, we had a video from Matthias Beckman called Flatland and Street 2018. This video is hands down the best video that I've watched in a long time. I've said for the past 2 weeks that I almost know nothing about Flatland, but there was so much other stuff sprinkled within here that was so amazing that my eyes literally were glued to the screen through the entire 5 minutes and 36 seconds of this video. And I don't have that written in my notes. That's how much I remember this video. And normally it would be hard to recommend a video over 5 minutes like this one, but in this case, you have to watch this video. It was so awesome, and I was so entertained through the entire thing that if there's one video and you trust my opinion, this is the one that you watch for this week. The second to last clip in this video is a backlash to tail whip rocket manual lander to tail whip out. Wrap your head around that and just watch the video. From there, we had a video from Alex Raban called 2018 Video from Volume BMX. There have been so many creative videos that came out this week. First, we talked about the creative way of making a video where more than one person hits the same spot in every single clip of the video. Then we just talked about the Matthias video with the creative flatland and street video combination. And now we have this video, which also has creative street riding in it, but in a completely different way than the previous video. You're just gonna have to check this one out to see what I mean. It's hard to explain it without going through and explaining every single clip from the video. If you like creative street riding, the last 3 videos that I talked about are definitely ones that you want to check out. And then we had a quick video sneak peek of the new Pumped BMX TrailBoss game. It was just one run through one line, but either way, we got to see some physics from the game itself, and it's really cool to see progress as it happens. And I would venture to say, and I don't think that this would be too far out there to say, that with Adam bringing the physics into the 3D space, we could possibly get a skate park or street map or something from this. It's already in 3D space. He's already going to add the tricks, so I would imagine that all he would have to do would be make a skate park map, maybe, hopefully. Hopefully that happens. Pumped BMX, TrailBoss game, 3D jumping through trails, camera following the rider. It's gonna be awesome. Get pumped. Pumped. Next, we had 2 videos featuring Nathan Williams, the first being his sourced BMX lock-in at Source Park. Nathan does so many extremely hard tricks in here, and he makes them look so extremely easy in the process that it's almost hard to appreciate how crazy they are unless you're super glued to the screen and paying attention to every single thing he does and his foot position on every single thing that he does. Either way, crazy video. And the second video from Nathan is a battle clip from Ride BMX from his last clip in the lock-in at Source Park. He talks about the process. It's a short video, and that trick is so completely insane, especially with how well that he did it, that it deserves a second look. And then we had some grade A trail riding from New Zealand in a video from Jonny Devine called New Zealand Feels from Verde BMX. There were a couple bowl clips in the beginning, but after that it transitions to only trails, some fun looking trails at that. Definitely one to check out if you're into trail videos. And if you keep up with BMX videos regularly, there's one video that you might be wondering why I haven't talked about it yet. That is the Garrett Reynolds Fiending in Sydney video. The reason I haven't talked about it yet is because there's nothing left to say about Garrett that hasn't already been said, except maybe that street is way too easy for him. Just like everything else that he does, maybe we can get him to put on some brakes or something, just something that looks like it might be a little bit of a challenge for him, because clearly he's the best at street and nobody even comes close. No matter what though, Garrett's the best, and he has been for as long as I can remember, and you probably already watched this video. So that's the last one that I want to talk in depth about this week, but as always, there's an entire list of videos that deserve to be talked about, so let's run through those right now. The first one is the Biker Bros in Malaga. Then we've got Julian, Persia, Milac in Argentina. Then snow biking with Ed Sheeran from BMXFU. Drifter Snow Bikes Powder Highway video. Anthony Catlow Winter Mix from Merritt. Foreign Exchange Germany from BSD. Tom Dugan Still in the Streets from Fit. Then EB2FL, the Eastern Bikes Swamp Fest road trip video. From there, we had a ton of DVD news to talk about. There were 6 older full-length DVDs that were uploaded to the internet this week. It seems like there's being a resurgence of DVDs in BMX, and it's pretty awesome to see. The first one that we have is from 2003. It's called Scared to Look, and it's from Shook. We have another one from Shook from 2004 called The Great Eviction. Then we have another video from 2004 from Canada called The Western Front, and another one from Shook from 2006 called We Are Everywhere. Then we had BMXFU 3 uploaded by BMXFU. This one's from 2010. Animal Bikes QSS 6 re-up. This is the one where, as you can see, Mark Hoder does that insane over the fence wall ride, over sidewalk, whatever he did. It was insane and probably one of the craziest wall rides ever. We had a couple different sections uploaded from S&M's Hot Dogs Who Can't Read DVD. First, we had the creative and burly Trevor Siglock section, and then we had Kareem Williams section. So you know those videos where people climb those crazy towers and hang off by like one arm, looking like they're about to die, and that feeling that you get when you watch these videos? That's the feeling that I got whenever I watched Kareem wreck in some of the clips in this video. I have no idea how he got up from some of those crashes, and he was smiling after a few of them. Seriously, some of the most insane crashes that I've ever seen in my life, and the ones that he ended up landing are completely crazy too. That part and Trevor's part are definitely enjoyable to watch, especially with the creative editing magic of Charlie Crumlish. We had the Bone Death, the Dirty Sniff mix section uploaded, as well as the CYB DVD. And the story behind the CYB DVD is kinda crazy. The video was brought to a standstill twice, one of those being because it was completely lost. This video is from Mark Burnett and his crew, and I haven't got the chance to watch it yet, but anything that was brought to a standstill twice like that and still ended up coming out, and the work was put in to make it happen, deserves to be talked about, and I'm sure that it's at least worth mentioning in this video. After that, we had some quickie check it out if you care news in the form of an Albert Mercado Spring 2018 bike check from Shadow, and then we had the product news for this week. There were some really cool products announced and sneak peeks, so let's get into them. The first one is a sneak peek of a Radical Rick collaboration with Subrosa. This collaboration honestly looks really cool. There's quite a few different products here, from a poster to a few different shirt options to a seat, and as you can see, the seat has comic book Radical Rick artwork on it, along with the patch with the design from the shirt. It just looks so awesome, and after seeing the picture of the seat, it just might be the next one that goes on my bike. So there's going to be links to this as well as everything else that we talk about today in the order that it's talked about in the description below. Next, we've got a sneak peek at a new frame from United called the Knights Bridge frame. This one is for the taller folks out there, or the people who are just a fan of longer bikes in general. It's got a range in top tube from 21.125 to 21.375 with a 74.4 head tube angle, a 71-degree seat tube angle, an 11.5-inch bottom bracket height, a 9-inch standover, and a 13.9-inch chainstay length. This one's even got welded on brake mounts and cable guides, and their chainstay at that. Then we have the Odyssey Twisted Pro pedals in black and mint swirl, and if you like your pedals to look like they'd make a great tasting ice cream, these could be your next pedals. Next, we have a look at another new frame in the form of an Anthony Perrin signature Perrin ICS frame from Federal. This one has a 75.2 degree head tube angle, a 71 degree seat tube angle, an 11.8 inch bottom bracket height, an 8.9 inch standover, and a 12.9 inch chainstay length. And with this new frame comes something new that I've never seen before and looks pretty crazy. I'll put a picture of it here right now. It's an investment cast wishbone design for the frame. Has anybody else ever seen this before? I know I haven't seen it before, but it looks pretty crazy, and it looks like a really good way to get tire clearance on the frame without having to bend extra tubing. And who knows, with the test of time, we might have found something that's actually stronger than the traditional wishbone styles on a BMX frame. And that's going to be it for product news. We've got a couple more things to talk about. The first of those being another BMX in Our Blood podcast interview, this time with Gary Young. I'm about halfway through this one, and honestly, it feels like like 5 minutes has gone by in listening to it. Gary is such a solid dude, and it's just really awesome to have long form content and hear from him in a way that you just normally wouldn't get unless you were having a conversation with him. And I wanted to quickly mention that I have a new shirt design up in the shirt store called the BMX Essentials design. It's got a 6 and a 17 on it, as you can see here. The BMX Essentials. If you decide to pick one of these up, I could not thank you enough for that, for supporting me and what I do here on the channel. If not, that's okay too. Skip over this one. Either way though, this is going to be the end of the BMX news video for this week. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want more BMX news, hit the subscribe button down there. It's free and there's no reason not to. I try to come out with these videos every Friday at or before 4 p.m. Eastern time, as well as Tip Tuesday videos on Tuesdays when I have them, and other types of riding videos throughout the week. So with that being said, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.